Leela lived in a small wooden house perched on the edge of the cliffs, where the sea met the sky in an endless dance. She was 12 years old, with wild black hair that tangled like seaweed and eyes the color of stormy water. Most children in the village played on the sandy beach or chased crabs between the rocks, but Leela preferred the quiet moments when the waves whispered their secrets. Every morning, before the sun climbed high, she would slip out of bed, pull on her faded blue dress, and run down the narrow path to the shore. The village folks said she was odd. "That girl talks to the sea like it's her best friend," they would murmur. But Leela didn't mind. The sea listened without laughing at her. One soft dawn, Leela stood barefoot on the wet sand. The tide was coming in, gentle and slow. "Hello, old friend," she said, her voice light as a gull's cry. "Did you sleep well last night?" The waves rolled forward and kissed her toes. They didn't speak with words like people do, but Leela understood them anyway. A big wave curled and broke with a soft splash, as if sighing happily. She smiled. "I'm glad. I had a bad dream again, about Papa's boat not coming back." Her father had been a fisherman. 3 years ago, a terrible storm had swallowed his small boat whole. The village searched for days, but he never returned. Leela's mother worked hard mending nets for other fishermen to keep food on the table. She worried about Leela spending so much time alone by the water. "The sea took your father," she would say gently. "Don't let it take your heart, too." But Leela believed the sea hadn't taken him. It had only borrowed him for a while. She told the waves everything, her fears, her small joys, the way the other children teased her for being quiet. The waves always answered in their own way, a sudden spray of white foam like laughter, or a calm ripple that felt like a hug. One day, something changed. The sky was painted in soft pinks and oranges as the sun rose. Leela sat on her favorite rock, knees pulled up to her chest. "I wish I could go far away," she whispered. "See what lies beyond the horizon. Are there islands made of stars? Do fish wear crowns of coral?" A large wave rose higher than the others. It didn't crash. Instead, it seemed to pause, shimmering under the morning light. Then, clear as a bell inside her mind, Leela heard a voice. It was deep and rolling, like the sound of water moving over stones. "You already travel with us, little one, every time you listen." Leela's eyes widened. She looked around. No one else was on the beach. Did you just speak to me?" The wave pulled back and returned, stronger this time. "We have always spoken. You are the first in many tides to truly hear." Her heart raced like a startled rabbit. She touched the water with her fingers. It felt warmer than usual. From that day on, the conversations grew clearer. The sea told her stories of ancient shipwrecks filled with golden coins, of playful dolphins that danced in moonlight, and of deep trenches where light never reached but magic lived anyway. Leela named the sea her friend Elara. "Elara, what is the biggest secret you keep?" she asked one afternoon while skipping stones. The waves chuckled in foam and bubbles. "The secret is that everything returns. The water you drink today once kissed the moon. The sadness you feel will one day become strength, like a wave that grows tall before breaking. Leela carried these words like treasures in her pocket. School was hard sometimes. The teacher scolded her for daydreaming about the ocean instead of learning numbers. The other girls giggled when she drew pictures of talking waves in her notebook. But at the shore, she was never alone. As weeks passed, strange things began to happen. Small gifts washed up exactly where Leela sat. A perfect spiral shell that glowed faintly at night, a piece of smooth driftwood shaped like a tiny boat, even a silver fish that jumped into her hands and then back into the sea as if saying hello. One evening, dark clouds gathered like angry giants. The wind howled and the sea turned wild. Leela's mother begged her to stay inside. "It's dangerous, child. Remember what happened to your father." But Leela felt Elara calling. She wrapped herself in her father's old coat, which still smelled of salt and rope, and ran to the beach. Waves crashed like thunder against the rocks. Spray flew high into the air. "Elara," she shouted over the roar. "What's wrong? Why are you so angry?" The sea surged forward. Not anger, little listener. A warning. A great storm comes, not just wind and rain, but a shadow that wants to silence the old songs. Leela didn't understand, but she stayed. She sang songs her father used to hum, simple tunes about blue horizons and brave hearts. Slowly, the waves calmed around her feet, though the rest of the sea still raged. It felt like Elara was protecting her small circle of sand. The next morning, the village woke to find their fishing boat safe, though the storm had damaged many roofs. Leela's mother hugged her tight. "You must stop this sea talking," she said. "It's not safe." But Leela couldn't stop. Elara needed her too. Summer turned to autumn, and the leaves on the few trees near the cliffs turned golden. Leela grew taller, her voice stronger. She began to notice changes in herself. When she spoke to the waves, the water seemed to sparkle more brightly. Tiny fish would swim close to shore and circle her legs like playful puppies. Once, a tired seabird landed on her shoulder and rested before flying away. The other villagers started whispering differently. Old Mara, the storyteller of the village, pulled Leela aside one market day. "I knew a girl like you long ago," she said, her wrinkled face smiling. She spoke to the wind. "The sea and sky are alive, child. Most people forget how to listen." Leela felt less alone. Then came the day of the great trouble. A rich merchant ship from far away got caught in currents near the cliffs. The sailors shouted for help as their vessel tilted dangerously. The village men launched boats, but the waves fought them hard. Leela ran to her spot. "Elara, please, help them. They have families waiting." The sea answered with urgency. "The shadow I warned of pulls them down. It is an old anger from broken promises humans made to the waters. But you can help bridge us." "How?" Leela cried. "Speak the old words of listening. Open your heart wide. Let my voice carry through you." Leela closed her eyes. She stood on the highest rock, arms outstretched. The wind whipped her hair. In a loud, clear voice, she called out words that came to her naturally, like breathing. "Elara, Ancient friend of tides and time, calm your restless heart. These men seek only to cross, not to harm. Share your strength with them. Something magical happened. The waves around the ship smoothed like glass. A path of calm water opened between the vessel and the shore. The village boats reached the ship easily. The sailors were saved, cheering and waving. But the effort exhausted Leela. She collapsed on the sand, breathing hard. When she woke, her mother and half the village stood around her. The captain of the merchant ship, a tall man with kind eyes, knelt beside her. "Young lady," he said, "we owe you our lives. How did you do it?" Leela looked at the sea. "I just asked my friend nicely." The villagers no longer called her odd. They called her the wave speaker. Children followed her to the beach sometimes, trying to hear the voices too. Most heard only waves, but a few began to feel the magic. Winter brought cold winds. Food grew scarce. Leela's mother fell ill with a fever. The doctor from the next village said she needed special medicine from the big city, many days' journey away. Leela sat by the sea, tears freezing on her cheeks. "Ilara, I can't lose her too. Please help." The waves were gentle that day. The sea gives, the sea takes, but balance can be found. Look for the gift I send tomorrow. The next morning, a wooden chest washed ashore. Inside were shiny pearls, old gold coins, and a small bottle of glowing liquid. Leela took the liquid to her mother. Within days, the fever broke. Her mother smiled weakly. "My brave girl, the sea gave you back to me and now me to you." As Leela grew older, her talks with Ilara changed. She no longer asked only for herself. She asked for the health of the coral reefs, for the fish to return in plenty, and for the village to remember kindness to the water. Fishermen began throwing back the smallest fish and saying quiet thanks. One bright spring day, when Leela was 15, a young sailor arrived in the village. His name was Finn, and he had heard stories of the girl who spoke to waves. He didn't laugh. Instead, he sat beside her on the rock one evening. "May I listen too?" he asked shyly. Leela nodded. Together they watched the sunset paint the sea in fire and gold. The waves sang louder than ever. Finn gasped, "I hear it, like music." They became friends, then something deeper. Finn helped repair boats and told stories of distant lands. Leela shared Ilara's wisdom. The sea seemed happy for them. Waves danced higher, playful and sparkling. But happiness always faces tests. A big company from the city wanted to build a factory near the cliffs. They said it would bring jobs, but Leela knew it would poison the water. Dirty smoke would fill the sky, and waste would flow into Ilara's home. The villagers were divided. Some wanted the money. Others feared losing their way of life. Leela stood before the village meeting. "The sea is our friend, not a road to riches," she said. Her voice didn't shake. "If we hurt her, she will hurt back, not out of anger, but sadness." Many listened. Finn stood beside her. Even her mother nodded proudly. That night, Leela walked alone to the shore under a full moon. "Ilara, what should we do?" The sea glowed silver. "Trust the listening. The waves will carry the truth." The next weeks were hard. Meetings, arguments, even threats from the company men. But Leela kept talking to the waves every day. She invited skeptical villagers to join her. Slowly, more people began to hear faint whispers, feelings of peace, warnings, and hope. One stormy night, the company ship bringing building machines approached. Suddenly, a massive wave, bigger than any seen, rose and gently pushed the ship away from the dangerous rocks, guiding it back out to sea. No one was hurt, but the message was clear. The machines never arrived. The company left. The village celebrated with a bonfire on the beach. Leela stood with Finn, her mother, and old Mara, watching sparks fly up like stars. Years passed. Leela became a young woman known across the coast. People traveled to hear her stories and learn to listen. She taught children how to sit quietly, how to open their hearts, and how the sea holds memories of everything that ever lived. She and Finn built a bigger house closer to the water, with windows that faced the horizon. They had a daughter named Myra, who had her mother's wild hair and curious eyes. From the time she could walk, Myra toddled to the shore and babbled to the waves. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped low, Leela sat with her family. Myra asked, "Mama, why does the sea talk to us?" Leela smiled and pulled her daughter close. "Because we listen, my love. The world is full of voices in the wind, in the trees, in the hearts of others. Most people forget. But when you speak with kindness and listen with your whole soul, magic finds you." The waves rolled in, soft and steady as if agreeing. "We are always here," they seemed to say. "Friends through every tide." Leela closed her eyes and breathed the salty air. The girl who once whispered secrets to the sea had grown into a woman who helped others find their own voices. And the sea, vast and eternal, kept its oldest promise. Everything returns, everything connects, and love, like the waves, never truly ends. She whispered one last time that night as stars appeared overhead. "Thank you, Alara, for everything." A gentle wave broke and washed over her feet, warm and sparkling, like a final hug from an old, dear friend.